Getting monetized is not the easiest thing in the world. I believe that getting monetized on YouTube or probably any platform is probably one of the most difficult humps or achievements, you know what I'm saying, to accomplish. And once you make it over that hump, I believe that everything is way easier. It's like climbing up a mountain, but I don't know if y'all heard about YouTube burnout or social media burnout or content creator burnout, but it's a real thing. And there's this thing called quantity over quality or quality over quantity. And I've always been one that wanted to take more time to be able to focus on quality work versus somebody that just pushes out a load of content. It's kind of like if you ever heard an album before, and on that album you only listen to maybe 2 or 3 songs out of 16 songs. Like, if nobody else is listening to those other 12, 14, whatever, 13 songs, what is the point of recording them? If not enough effort went into them to make them timeless hits, what was the point if they're just going to go into a disposal where nobody's going to remember them anymore? You could have just focused on 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 good songs, and those would have had more of an impact. But anyways, so I chose to challenge myself to step out of my element, right? I'm always focused on quality, right? So I said, you know what? I need to post more videos. So let me post more videos. And I stopped focusing on the quality. And I started focusing more on just pushing out content, trying to push out content every day. And like any other, I burnt out. So I stumbled across a 30-day challenge, and it was kind of perfect timing because it was right when I was burning out. So I needed something to like pick me up and like push me, you know what I'm saying? And so I jumped on the 30-day challenge, and then right at the end of this challenge, I'm talking about the last 5 days, or something like that, I started burning out. And I think I made it to the last, I was catching up, and then I think I made it to the last, the last 3 days, and just kind of quit. Like, took a hard pause. I don't want to say I quit, but I took a hard pause. And a lot of that is because I wasn't following the instructions that I was being told. So one of the things she told us was to record short videos. My elbow is rubbing against this rubber. One of the things that she told me was to record the short videos. And I think that I would have had more of an impact with YouTube Shorts. You have more of an impact if you record 60 seconds or less, because what happens is I don't know, I've noticed when I record my YouTube Shorts longer than 60 seconds, did I say 60 seconds before? But yeah, shorter than 60 seconds, because once I record them longer than 60 seconds, and you would know if you went over 60 seconds, because it won't allow you to have the option to add music from YouTube to the YouTube Short. But I went over the 60 seconds, and I was doing because you can go up to 3 minutes with YouTube Shorts. And I was doing either longer shorts, or I was doing just actual, because once they go over 3 minutes, they count them as videos, not short. They're not shorts anymore. And so that was a mistake that I had made, going over the time. So if I would have focused more on recording 60 seconds or less, I would have had less burnout, because I'm recording less content. my goal going in was to record a long video and then cut it up into shorts. Man, I got so burnt out I didn't even cut them into shorts. You know what I'm saying? I kind of just like got off track. I should have stuck to that and said, you know what, let me go ahead and, you know, cut this into shorts, which I can still do. But I should have did it then. And then the other thing, so that caused me to like miss a lot of days, you know, because I was burnt out I did so much on this day that I was burnt out the next day. But like I said, I did pretty good. But if you look at your analytics will show you that most of us quit right when the momentum is starting to pick up. You know what I'm saying? Even LaRussell talked about how he was doing like, I think he said like 18 million or 80 million or something like that. That's how many views I think he was getting a day. And because he was putting out like 6 pieces of content a day or 10 pieces of content a day. And he was doing it for a certain period of time. And then he got to a point where he just, you know, you get so busy or burnt out, and he watched it go from like 80 million views a day or something like that. I don't know if it was a day. I think it was, a day, to like 18 million a day or something. Or no, it went even below that. And then, but now he's kind of like climbing back up to like, I think he say now he getting like 18 million a day. But you know, he said he was doing it like kind of as a test. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, sometimes you need to run those tests just to know what numbers you can hit. Like if I just go all in, you know, like what does that look like? What is the result of that? And so yeah, it's hard, man. It's really hard. Like trying to grow organically is extreme. It's not a joke. It's something that you have to go all in on. And it really helps if you have a team. And a team could just be one person. A team could be your wife. A team can be your husband. But when you don't have that, best friend or whatever, like it can be a lot on one person. Like I said, sometimes that's all you need is one extra person. But when you just cannot find that one extra person, it can make burnout real easy. Because like I say, a lot of times when you burn out, there's always somebody else there, you know what I'm saying, to you know, take the place of that, you know, until you're able to get back on track. And sometimes they're able to encourage you, because sometimes a lot of times what I notice is it's really just the idea of or the research, you know, like in Tamara Gabriel UK, she gives us all the topics. So it's not really the topics, I would say, but sometimes even if you're given a topic, still you draw a blank. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I say, sometimes when if you have a team, if you have like a husband or a wife or a best friend that's really as serious about this as you. See, the thing is, sometimes if you have somebody that's as serious as you, you know, a lot of times you can go further. You know what I'm saying? You can, on those days when you want to quit, you know, somebody might give you an idea of inspiration, like, man, you know, what about this or what about that? And then you feed off each other. And just having the perfect thought or the right thing to talk about will kind of make you want to talk about it. But when you're kind of just trying to make up stuff, it's just kind of like it feels fake. You really have nothing to talk about, you know. So that's one of the most important things, man. You research. But when you don't have people, when you have people that want to create content like every blue moon, they're not as serious about you like creating loads of content every day, because they don't understand the algorithms. They don't understand how to go viral. It weighs a lot on one person, man. You know, so that is you know, like 3 mistakes that I made, you know, during the 30-day challenge.